Welcome to Week 3 of the WNP Fantasy Football League. This is your host and commissioner, Tony Rignola. And right away, we have breaking news from our on-field reporter, Why Not.
Why Not here, reporting to you live from the hot tub, where the temperature isn't the only thing that's hot. We had 3 teams this past week score over 200 points. 2 of those 3 teams that actually pulled out the W. The lone team who didn't win was the commission's team, Sucko My Sacco. We actually had another team that was on the cusp of scoring 200 points, Orange Chill with 191, and got the W. Back to you, Commish.
Thank you for that on-field report, Why Not? And I appreciate you letting the good folks at home know the fact that I was the only team to score over 200 points and get an L. Let's go ahead and dive right into that matchup. Josh took me down by the score of 234 to 202. Steve Smith, 54 points. Adrian Peterson with 33 points. Matt Ryan with 45. And James Jones with 29 were Josh's top scorers. My top scorers were A.J. Green with 63 points. Cam Newton with 47. Mark Ingram with 20. And the Cardinals D for 36. I did my best Isaac imitation of the first 2 weeks, with Jared Cook getting 0 for me in a flex position. Josh was so confident his team was going to get the win, he started Chris Ivory, who suited up, but did not see action in the game. Moving right along, we have the other 200 scorer of last week. Dean took down Brian by the score of 246 to 129. Tom Brady, 55 points. Julio Jones, 12 catches, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 47 points. Devontae Freeman, of all people, 141 yards, 3 touchdowns, 47 points. Kendall Wright, 21 points, were Dean's top scorers. Top scorers for Brian was Keenan Allen with 12 catches, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns for 40 points. Joseph Randall, 3 touchdowns, 27 points. Latavius Murray, 139 yards rushing for 25 points. Brian's low man had to be Colin Kaepernick with 4 points and 4 interceptions. LaShawn McCoy was Dean's only player who didn't score in double figures with 8 points. And Curtis's team almost broke the 200-point plateau with a score of 191 to 146 versus Don. Down 60 going into Monday night's football game with 4 players to play, Curtis got a combined 151 points from Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb, Jeremy Maclin, and the Packers defense. Don's bright spots were the Seahawks D with 40 points and Antonio Brown with 25. Patty was able to take down Pete 157 to 145. Top scorers for Patty, Larry Fitzgerald's 35 points, the Rams D with 25 points, Jamal Charles on Monday night, 3 touchdowns, 30 points. Didn't matter that Patty left 59 ginger points on the bench with Andy Dalton. Pete's bright spots, Le'Veon Bell with his first game of the season, 24 points, LeGarrette Blunt, 3 touchdowns, 26 points. DeAndre Hopkins, 26 points. Sam Bradford was not a bright spot for PD's team with 11 points. And in the last matchup, Isaac got his first victory of the season. Let's give him a round of applause. 147 to Steve-O's 103. Despite a negative 1 points from the Browns defense, Isaac pulled off his first victory. Bright spots for Isaac were Lance Dunbar, 10 catches for 100 yards, 27 points. Brandon Marshall, albeit had the worst fumble in the history of the NFL, if you're quoting Brandon Marshall, with 10 catches, 109 yards. Mike Evans, 20 points. Ryan Matthews, 21 points. Steve-O, bright spot, 3 of them. Russell Wilson, 29 points. Jordan Reed, 14 points. And the Bills' defense, 17 points. Not so bright side for Steve-O, 6 players scored in single digits. And what's up for next week, you ask? Don versus Tony, Curtis versus Pete, Steve-O versus Brian, Isaac versus Josh, Patty versus Dean. That's it for week 3 of the WNP Fantasy Football League. Stay tuned for next week. And now I'm off to join Wynot in the hot tub.